What is going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we are going to be talking about Giannis and him stating the fact that he cannot be the face of the NBA. And of course I'm tearing this into different forms of ways. Now, he doesn't mean this obviously in talent wise, but he means this in a literal stance of the face of the NBA. First, I'm going to state what he stated directly, and then I'm going to go over what I believe as far as the face of the NBA. Whenever speaking, of course, to people, he said, a lot of people have been to my face saying that I could be the face of the league. My closest friends, family, mother, girlfriend, other people have been saying the fact that I cannot be, just due to the fact that I do not have the American culture in me. And he also had to state the fact that he had sat back thinking a little bit about it. He doesn't have the American swag. He doesn't wear suits to games. He doesn't do a lot of things that we see in the current face of the NBA in LeBron James. And seeing the fact that the face of the league, he doesn't want to change the way that he is as a person in many other stances. Now, I 100% understand what this means in many terms. Now, if you haven't seen any of the interviews, of course, with Giannis, he's obviously been very loyal as far as stating the fact that he wanted to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. One reason being the fact it is a small town place. It's not a huge city for being a NBA team. Obviously, it's a small market team. And he stated the fact he likes the fact that it's not a big city like a New York, a Los Angeles, anything like that, due to the attention and the distractions that come along with living in those cities. He's obviously, of course, mentioning the fact of wearing things such as a suit, things like that, and being known as the fact that we don't really hear too much about him. And whenever it comes to this reaction, can he be the face of the NBA? When we sit up here and think about it right now, obviously the face of the NBA is LeBron James. And can Giannis take away the face of the NBA from LeBron James as he hits the ending of his career? Now, I don't believe the fact that the face of the NBA is a direct stance of being the best player in the NBA. The face of the NBA is really who's catching the headlines, who's being talked about every day in the media as far as in the mass, and who's going to be in the talks of that. Now, when we think about somebody like Giannis, yes, he has the talent and very great game, but I don't see the media really going out and talking about Giannis on a day-to-day basis like they do with LeBron James. Now, we may really just have to sit there and think about the fact that we have different types of players as far as the way that this goes. Now, when we think about the past faces of the NBA, such as Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, we have to sit there and think about the fact that they came into the league with lots of hype, along with a player in our current face of the NBA being LeBron James. Players coming into the league with lots of hype. Now, when we think about Giannis coming into this league, he was not a person of full hype. Sure, he was a great player as far as potential and had great standings on defense and improved as years moved on, but there was not a huge hype as him being the next thing to be talked about. Now, I'm not here to say the fact that he's not going to be talked about in the media or anything such as that, but I talk about this in the way that he's correct as far as stating the fact that he's not going to be talked about in the same light as somebody as LeBron James, due to the fact that there's really not much that goes around Giannis whenever we think about it. He's a person who does not want to be given that type of attention when it comes to something like this. This is why he stated he wants to stay there. He's a lot more different from what we see as far as the media wants as well. Lots of the media, we've even seen it with some of these players, where they will talk bad about these players due to the fact that they don't want to go to form super teams. That's one thing that Giannis definitely mentioned, the fact he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to hang out with other players. There's not too much drama that surrounds a player like Giannis. And to me, that's something that the media really doesn't like and really doesn't think about whenever it comes to a player such as Giannis. And I just don't see something like this really relating out to that. So, as I mentioned, I don't think the face of the NBA is directly a stance of being the best player. I think it's a stance as far as where the media takes as far as the face of the NBA. Now, from that, I just don't see a player like Giannis being that right there. And I believe in a future video, my next one I'm going to make will be based on who I think the next face of the NBA is going to be and why I think that this is going to be happening. So guys, if you guys aren't already subscribed for that video to get updated on that, and be looking out for that new one that's going to be coming out tomorrow. And guys, tell me who you think the face of the NBA is going to be. Who do you think the next player is going to be after LeBron James? I'd really like to know, so leave that in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.